With your latest news, I'm April Cummings. Chief Medical Officer Dr. John Lee reports 301 COVID-19 tests carried out since our report on Friday. There were 3 positives. The individuals are all asymptomatic travelers who tested positive as part of the routine screening program. They will remain in isolation until considered recovered. The number of people in isolation, whether that's at a government facility or in their homes, is required by the medical officer at Health, is at 1,187. His Excellency Governor Martin Roper, meantime, says returning travelers do remain the country's greatest risk from COVID-19.
I encourage all returning travelers to follow closely all the guidelines around self-isolation and quarantine because it is so important for the health of everyone on these islands. So far, we are managing this extremely well, and I want to thank the Deputy Governor, Dr. Tasha Ebanks and Travel Cayman, who are doing an outstanding job around the clock to keep us all safe.
Governor Roper speaking there at last week's COVID-19 briefing. He says the system in place is working, and we should be proud with where we are as a country in dealing with the pandemic. For people with allergies who want to know if it's safe to take the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, Chief Medical Officer Dr. John Lee says if you have an identified allergy, the guidance says you can take it, but you do need to do your homework.
The MHRA now advises that people with a history of anaphylaxis to food, an identified drug or vaccine, or an insect sting can receive the COVID-19 vaccine, as long as they are not known to be allergic to a component of the vaccine. The components for the Pfizer vaccine are available on the website. They're largely chemical-based. They don't have egg, for example, in them.
However, if you have had unidentified or unexplained allergic reactions, the advice is different.
The British Society for Allergy and Clinical Immunology, respected organisation, have advised that individuals with a history of immediate onset anaphylaxis to multiple classes of drugs or an unexplained anaphylaxis should not be vaccinated with the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, and the AstraZeneca vaccine can be used as an alternative if not otherwise contraindicated.
The most important thing, though, is to talk to your doctor. Dr. Lee also adds that allergic reactions are likely to happen at the time or very shortly after exposure to an allergen. So advise the person giving you the shot of any allergies and keep your medications and EpiPen with you. A statement purported to be from the Royal Cayman Islands Police Association is issued to the media about how promotions are being handled within the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service. Radio Cayman's Dion Anglin has more.
The statement says the Commissioner of Police, COP, has been served with a formal letter before action in relation to alleged unlawful decisions and failures in the administration of promotions within the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service. The letter claims that the current system of promotions by the Commissioner of Police is in breach of legal obligations and is contrary to the Public Services Management Law 2018 revision and Personnel Regulations 2019 revision. The Police Association assert that the COP is misusing his power under Section 6 of the police law by 1. Appointing officers to acting up roles for periods in excess of 12 months and 2. Failing to hold promotion interview boards. The letter says officers have remained in acting roles for up to nearly 4 years and says there are approximately 21 officers who have been appointed to and remain in acting roles in excess of the 12-month statutory time limit. As a result, the association says officers who have passed the promotion examination from as far back as 2007 have been denied an opportunity to be promoted to these roles. The statement also alleges there are 57 constables who have passed the promotion to sergeant examination and 16 sergeants who have passed the promotion to inspector examination who are all waiting on an opportunity to be interviewed by the promotion board. The association says the acting positions have been advertised during the last 3 years and no scheduled dates have been set for a promotion interview board to be convened. Reporting for Radio Cayman News, I'm Dion Anglin.
Radio Cayman has reached out to the Office of the Governor and the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service for comment. The RCIPS provides safety operations results for the 2020 holiday season. Radio Cayman's Felicia Rankin-Solins has the details.
The Royal Cayman Islands Police Service partnered with the National Drug Council for their #ArriveAlive345 campaign to promote the use of the purple ribbon buses on New Year's Eve and New Year's morning, as well as to educate the public on other ways to enjoy the holidays without putting themselves at risk. The National Drug Council announces that 2,142 persons rode the purple ribbon buses in Grand Cayman and under 20 riding in Cayman Brac. The RCIPS and members of the Special Constabulary also carried out Operation Winter Guardian during the month of December up to and including the New Year's holidays, which involved enhanced policing to ensure public safety during the increased activities involving the day and night. Throughout this period, just under 40 persons were arrested on suspicion of DUIs, and just under 250 motor vehicle collisions were recorded. Over 630 tickets were issued with offenses ranging from speeding, illegal tint, to the use of mobile phones. Except for the death of a young man on Christmas Eve, there were no fatalities on our roads, but the continuing number of motor vehicle collisions remains a concern and priority. For Radio Cayman News, I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins.
So police say over the period they responded to 7 burglary reports, 1 robbery, and 46 reports of minor thefts, a reduction in all 3 categories from the same period the prior year. There were also 6 reports of violent incidents at liquor-licensed premises and 1 serious assault. Cayman is moving a step closer toward the implementation of a national e-ID system. The e-government unit in the Ministry of Commerce, Planning and Infrastructure has issued a request for proposal to procure a full end-to-end turnkey solution to deliver the ability for the Cayman Islands government to issue a national e-ID. Radio Cayman's Carsley Fuller spoke to Planning Minister the Honorable Joey Hugh about the program today.
So could you tell me what the RFP is for?
This request for proposal is the final stage of the government's National Identification Program for the Cayman Islands. The RFP is for the actual production of the card, which will not only be useful as far as proving your identity as well as your immigration status, but the card will also be equipped with the features for digital identity and for your digital signature, which will allow national ID card holders to confirm their identity online or even sign documents digitally.
How will this program benefit the people of the Cayman Islands?
The COVID-19 pandemic has demonstrated the importance of online options for businesses and commerce across our islands. Getting information and vital services to Caymanians and residents digitally has never been more important. By implementing modern solutions that are customer-focused and which allow customer data to be securely exchanged across government entities, we aim to improve access to government service for Caymanians, residents, and businesses in a way that enables the growth of our local digital economy.
And what's the estimated timetable for the program?
This RFP is the final stage of the program, and we hope to roll out the national IDs as early as this summer.
Planning Minister the Honorable Joey Hugh speaking with Radio Cayman's Carsley Fuller. And finally tonight, a once-in-a-blue-moon arrival. Radio Cayman's Shanda Gallego explains.
The Blue Iguana Conservation Facility sees the arrival of twin blue iguanas, a special highlight of the recent breeding season and rare occurrence in reptiles. And the National Trust reports, although not the first time for blue iguanas, it is still a special occasion. The twins were very vulnerable due to their small size as hatchlings, weighing less than 15 grams at the point of hatchling, the equivalent weight of one AAA battery. Now, 6 months on, the twins have steadily grown and become stronger, surviving the heavy rains during hurricane season and now have their own personalities. Iguana warden Perry Smalden says the twins were a real surprise, as you can never expect 2 hatchlings in the same egg. Smalden adds the survival of the twins, given their small size, was against the odds, particularly during the 2020 hurricane season. However, we are very proud of this achievement. The twins of Grand Cayman's endemic blue iguanas can only be viewed during the guided tours at the Blue Iguana Conservation Facility, which also includes special access to the Blue Nursery. Shanda Gallego, Radio Cayman News.
That is your latest local news from Radio Cayman's newsroom. I'm April Cummings.